You can be from a broke country, a broke education system, a broke family, but your mindset depends on you. Your appreciation of life, your interpretation of things, it depends on you.
From struggle, still standing.
Good morning, great family. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back for another video. Today, I want to share with you what is going on right now about Cambodia. So there is a fake news circulating online, on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, etc., saying that the Kingdom of Cambodia is discriminating Africans, and they gave them an ultimatum to exit the country by May 30th or May 31st. I just want to say that it's a fake news, okay? Because the Ministry of Interior in the Kingdom of Cambodia has published an official notification to say that it didn't come from them. It's some individuals with like ill-minded individuals that have posted that it's not from the government. And this gives me the opportunity to also call the attention of we that we are traveling, we that we are abroad, we are looking for opportunities. Not everything online should be treated with emotions. Sometimes when you see the news, please do your due diligence to at least check the information, if it's from official sources, if it's a credible information, before to just jump online and then go in all directions. What I really I feel sorry about or disappointed about is that even big influencers in the African community, they start sharing it. People like Natalie Yam, people like Zach Mwekasa from Congo. He shared it also on his Facebook page. I read it, and the comments, oh my God, I couldn't stand. And that's why I'm making this video. Number one, the information is not true. It's a fake news. And number two, people are saying, oh, but what are Africans doing even there in Cambodia? Where is Cambodia? What is that country? What is there to do? Why would an African go to Cambodia? Well, let me answer you. We don't have the same lives. Some of us, we are looking for opportunities to improve our lives because we come from broke countries, broke education system, broke family. So it's not a fatality, but to allow yourself to have a broke mindset, a broke mentality, that's on you. Because I always tell to my friends and even my family that, yes, these things are not your choice. For example, where you will be born, in which family, or the education system that you will grow up in, it's not really in your power. But what you can do is read books, do research, and thank God we are in an era that technology, the information has been liberated. Most people have smartphones. Most people can at least have, they know Google. Most people know ChatGPT. So why can't you just take 1 or 2 minutes of your time to check if the information you are reading is true or not? Why can't you do a research? For example, Cambodia, you can just type the profile of the country, Cambodia, and you read about the economy, you read about the politics, and you will see what is going on. For those who are doing, for example, international relations, for those who are doing, for example, international business, international trade and commerce, these are things that you need to know. Generally, we know that right now, the place on earth that becomes the factory, the main manufacture place on earth, it's Asia. Today, many people are surprised about the advancement, the development, the infrastructure in China, in places like Singapore, in Japan. But do you know how many Asian countries are building up right now as we are speaking? In the next coming decades, of course, this country will emerge and you will be surprised again. Countries like Vietnam, countries like Indonesia, countries like Malaysia. And for those of us, for example, we don't come from these big countries with no the big purchasing power, that's our opportunity. Let me explain why. Okay? So when you go to places like Europe, so let's say UK, Germany, France, Netherlands, when you go to Australia, when you go to the US, Canada, most of the time, for the regular immigrants, most of the time, what are you looking for? What will you do there? If you come from Southeast Asia, Africa, or Latin America, like countries with smaller purchasing power, what do you do in those countries? Most of the times, the average immigrant there is looking for job opportunities to have a better salary, to improve his life, etc. But another way to look at it is that if you become, for example, even an entrepreneur, for example, in Spain, in Germany, the paperwork, the bureaucracy, is it worth it? What about the return in investment? Is it worth it? What is the margin that you are going to make in those countries? Because everything has been developed already, almost. So the profit margin is very tight. But when you go to developing places like Vietnam, like Cambodia, like Philippines, like Latin America in general, of course, you have more opportunities. Even, for example, let's say real estate. If you want to buy a land, or if you want to do, for example, Airbnb, arbitrage, homestay, and stuff like that, even opening a coffee shop, these ideas are easier and cheaper to implement in those places than going to the big countries already. For those who have the mindset for business. And secondly, when it comes to import-export, if you check Alibaba, if you check, for example, Amazon, all that, those who are doing like e-commerce, those who are doing like drop shipping and all that, most of the time, where the sourcing material, where they come from Asia, of course. So most of the products that you are using, let's take textile clothing, most of the materials, they come from where? They come from Asia. So even big brands that are very popular, for example, Zara, Mango, and all these, even Louis Vuitton, they are producing where? They are producing in Bangladesh. They are producing in Vietnam. They are producing in those places. So sometimes when you buy these things, see, even iPhone that people love so much, behind the iPhone, you will see it's assembled in China. It's written there. Yes, it's an American product, yes, but the mass production is not happening in the US. It's happening in China. And this is what people need to understand. So when you go to these countries, you have the opportunity to invest. And in investment, they say, always follow the whales. What does that mean? Following the whales means follow the big capital investments. So to see if a country is going to the right directions, if there are opportunities in a country or not, just type the profile. What is happening? What are the big projects, like economically? What are the big projects that are happening in the country? That's how you can see if you can go to that country or not. So for example, if there are like big constructions going on, and if your major or if your skills are about construction, of course, that means if you go there, you will have job opportunities. right? If the country is about to, they just discover a natural resource, they want to mine it and stuff like that. For example, Donald Trump just said, drill, 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 baby, drill. Meaning that if you are into mining and if you have your qualifications, it will be a good opportunity. Many people are going, for example, to Australia and all that to look for alternatives. Now, it's not only US, Canada, Australia. Not everyone wants to be in those countries. Life is not about in which country you are. It's about how you are living. Example, in your country right now, let's say if you are in Nigeria, Ghana, Morocco, Tunisia, South Africa, Kenya, Argentina, Peru, Brazil, you are in the Philippines, you are in where? In those places. As a teacher, for primary school, how much you are earning per month as a teacher? Or just go on the official website and check in your country how much the teachers are earning per month, a primary school teacher. Some people are earning $25 to $50 per month, and it doesn't make any sense. How can you sustain your life? How can you sustain your family with $25 to $50 per month? It's tough. And these people, will you blame them to look for alternatives? No. So let's take an example of Cambodia to answer to those who are saying, why are people traveling to Cambodia? Okay. You go to Cambodia, as we are speaking right now, I know at least 5 people from different nationalities, 5 friends that I know I can call, I can text them that are living in Cambodia. And the one who provide me even the information when I was verifying if it's true or not, I text him, this is the rumors going on online. Is it true or how is the situation there? And he answered me automatically. He said, no, it's fake news. The government said this. And then he sent me, I'll put it here. So let's say you are, for example, from Ghana. You went to school, you have done your studies, and your major is, for example, education. So you speak good English, you have a good grammar level and good pronunciation, etc. In Ghana, if you have to teach English to a primary school, how much will you be earning? In Kenya, for example, in South Africa. Now, this same person quits his country. He goes, for example, to Cambodia. Do you know how much in Vietnam and Cambodia? Because I was in Vietnam. Okay, I'm talking about something that I know. This same person goes to Vietnam or Cambodia to teach English. You know how much he will be making per month? Minimum 800 to 1,500 or more. It depends on the contract that you have. If you are teaching for public schools, if you are teaching in a English center, etc. Yes, I was there. I have done it. I was there. I have done it. It's called ESL teacher. You know? So you go there to teach English as a second language. But so many ignorant people, they are there. One thing is to be from a broke country, like the system is not working, and sit down and complain. Another thing is to use internet the right way, to look for opportunities, to improve your personal life. Because believe me, no president, no government will come and change your situation personally. No, it's not happening. Even if they put your uncle, your aunt in power right now, if we have to follow the rules, it doesn't affect your life personally. Unless it's corruption and stuff like that, that's not what I'm talking about. So you can be from a broke country, you can be from a broke family, you are struggling and still use internet to look for opportunities that can change your life. Abroad doesn't mean that you have to go to Canada. Abroad doesn't mean that you have to go to UK. Abroad doesn't mean that you have to go to Ireland, Germany, France. No. Go where you can have a margin, you can have opportunity to improve your personal circumstances. Can you afford to pay your rent? Can you afford to take care of your family? Use those places as a stepping stone to where you want to be. You understand? How many Filipinos move from Philippines. They go to Dubai, they go to Qatar, Abu Dhabi, to go to the Middle East in general, even in Lebanon, all that, to become like nannies and stuff like that, to improve their personal financial situation. After they have done that, they build up their savings. And once you have your savings, once you have electricity 24/7, once you have internet, you can learn so many things to upgrade yourself even professionally. For example, using LinkedIn, using stuff like Coursera, using stuff like Udemy to improve your life. You can learn even another language, one step further in your career. That's the mindset. Best ever food review show. He always has the bandana. Initially, he went to Southeast Asia as an English teacher. And then, boom, after he worked there, boom, he launched his channel. And now he become a global icon when it comes to food review. He went to many places. Same with Wademaya, who is one of the biggest African YouTubers. He went to China for his studies. And he was recording videos in the shops, in the restaurant in China. Boom. He didn't even start on YouTube, you know? So there are opportunities. Your problem is that you only think because you are from French colony, so you only think of France. You only think of Germany. You only think of UK. Places that you cannot, your personal situation right now doesn't allow you to go there. You don't have the passport. You don't have the means to present a good application to go there. Can you pay the tuition fees in the US, in Canada, in UK? Can you show proof of funds of 8,000, 10,000 euros in your bank account to go to study in Germany in a block account? No. So when someone tells you about, even if it's Philippines, even if it's Sri Lanka, even if it's Cambodia, Vietnam, you should do your research. What you don't know is that many people, for example, living in those places, personally, they are doing way better than those who are living in those big countries. Let me give you an example. Someone living in Cambodia, for example, earning $800 to $1,200 per month as a teacher, or whatever job they are doing, personal trainer, there are these jobs also there, or even a construction worker in those places. Your rent, even in Phnom Penh or Sihanoukville, I don't know where you are living, even in those places, the rent is around like $200 to $300. But you are earning $1,800 to $1,200, even more. So if you are spending, let's say, even $200 for your food, if you are a single person, what is your margin, for example, of saving? Now, if you are saving, for example, $500 to even $800 per month, tell me honestly, how many people right now in the US, especially those who are living, for example, in New York City, in Hawaii, those who are living in the UK, London, Paris, all these big, big names, do you know how many of them can save every month 500 USD? Ask them. Go online, do research. How many of them can save every month 500 USD? People live on credit. The credit card. Before the month ends, you have to use this credit card to pay this bill and that. It's just that the system is built in that way. But if you are, for example, like business wired and you go to bring some innovation and you know the system, then you can use it at your advantage. Because even the credit, there is a way to improve your life with that for those who know it. But if you don't know and you just want to go to these places to just join the rat race, of course, your life will be so difficult and you will be working 3, 4, 5 jobs. Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist was interviewing Ducasey, who called himself also an anarcho-capitalist. He said if he was in his 30th and he wants to become a millionaire, what he will do is to get some capital and then go to Africa. And in few years, he will become a millionaire. Why he said that? He said he will rough it up there and then he will become a millionaire. The reason behind it is, out of all the continents, why Africa? So why, for example, now, if you go to many African countries, you see Indians, Chinese, of course, the big corporations, for example, from the US, Canada, everyone is going there. Why? They know, because they are going there to get profit. They are going there for investment. What they will get as a profit in Africa is way bigger than what they will get, for example, in places like Europe or US that are heavily regulated and the taxes are so high. That's how the world is moving. So why you are from a broke country, you cannot go to somewhere else, to another place that gives you better quality of life, better salary, to improve your personal life? Why not? I am here in Argentina, right? But how many Argentinians are in Spain alone? How many Argentinians are in the US? How many Argentinians are even in Chile, in Brazil, in Uruguay? It depends on your personal profile. It depends on your own skills. What do you know? Which country has the best options, has the best structure for you to develop, to grow in your career, in your field? What did you study? What did you learn? What are your skills, your qualifications? And go where you can improve your life with what you know. Go where you can even learn more. Go where you can progress. Right? So that's the reason why I have created this channel, like to provide information, real information, and also real life stories. Because most of the times there are two different mindsets. Number one, those who sit and complain about their situation, and those who are trying to look for alternatives. I am part of the second wave, because I don't understand how come you are not doing well in life. You are struggling, but then you just sit and complain. That's something that I don't understand. And someone comes to offer you, for example, information, you don't even take the chance to go and check it. You don't even take the time to go and verify. You are just there complaining, oh, the country, the government, this, the government. Yes, but what do you want from the government? Will the government change your personal life, your marriage? No, no government is going to do that. You need to look for ways to improve your life by yourself. It's no one else's responsibility. It's your own. To take care of your life, to take care of your family. And that means that you have to look for the opportunities. Go where you can find value. Go where you can be appreciated. Go where you can improve your life. Even in the midst of the Ukraine war, one of my friends got a job offer in Ukraine because they were looking for business development, but a person that speaks English and French, bilingual business development. He accepted the offer. He went there to work, even though Ukraine is in war right now. So many people will not understand that, no, it's not about the country you are living in. It's about the quality of life that you are having. Is it better than where you were initially? Is it better than your home country? What are the things that you value? If I can go to Vietnam, I can go to Cambodia, I can go to the Philippines, I can go to Peru, I can go to Colombia, Mexico, I can go to Costa Rica or wherever, these countries that are not famous. But I will have better living conditions. I will have better purchasing power that can allow me to build up my portfolio, my investment portfolio, that can allow me to try some business ideas, that can allow me to support my family. Will you blame me if I take those opportunities? No. But your problem is that you only think of one place and you don't look at the others. Yes, there are thousands, if not millions of foreigners living in those places. And that's one thing that I love about traveling. It opens your eyes. You think differently. You see things differently. Do you know the amount of Russians, Ukrainians, people from Turkey, Vietnam, so many of them are in Latin America. They are building stuff. They are buying lands. They are investing. But of course, you are not aware of that because you don't search, you don't look. With Donald Trump, do you know how many US companies have moved from Asia because of their beef with China? They move from China and then they are relocating to places like Colombia, Mexico. Do you know? That means job opportunities. But of course, you are not checking. You are just complaining. Look for opportunities to improve your personal situation first. No one is going to come and then say, oh, this is the opportunity, you have to do this. No. No, you have to check, you have to read. And we have Google, we have ChatGPT, we have Gemini, we have everything, Grok, anything that you can use to find the information. But no, you want fancy places, huh? You want to be in London, you want to be in Paris, you want to be in Milan, you want to be in New York City, Toronto. Okay. Do you have the qualities? Do you have the skills? Do you have the means to sustain your life there? Can you survive there? Can you have a good, decent life? Or you will just be stuck and become a modern slave? Think about it. Think about it. That's it. That's what I wanted to share with you. And the strategy I will give you, check a country, check the big investment. For example, that's one thing I learned from Nomad Capitalists as well. Always see what are the projects going on in the country and see if the big hotel chains are moving into those countries. That's how you know that, oh, there is investment going on and this place is going to become a good place. For example, Marriott Hotel, the big names, all the 5-star hotels that are well recognized internationally, Novotel, Hilton, all Shangri-La, all these big hotels. Check them out. Check them out and check to see if they are present in the country. Check if the big restaurants, for example, they are moving there. Check if the big IT companies, they are moving into those countries. Microsoft, Google, check those things. Because when they move somewhere, it's for a reason, because these people, they do the market assessment. They see the projections, what you and we cannot see now. For example, in 2030, what is going to happen, which countries will be better. They know already, based on the data, based on the government decisions, based on the laws, regulations. They know already the money that has been invested. They know already that, oh, the quality of life will be improved in this country. People are building stuff every single day, especially in Asia. People now, I was in China in 2014. I met already people there, people who were already speaking Mandarin, people who have been there for more than 20 years. These people today, they are the ones who are doing everything, import, export, China and the rest of the world trade. People are doing stuff. People are looking for opportunities, import, export business. I met guy from Argentina, initially from Cordoba, who was selling the Argentinian beef in Vietnam. That's his business and he's doing okay. Change the way you think. Abroad is not just only UK and France, and no, it's not only Europe. No, you have to change that. Do you know how many big boys, big businessmen are, for example, in Indonesia? Most of the shoes, I have said, when you take the sneakers, if you like shoes, Nike, whatever, try to see. Most of the time you will see made in Vietnam, made in Indonesia, or made in Thailand. Outsourcing this stuff to those who want to sell it. It can be a good business idea also. Don't limit your thoughts. Do research, explore, expand your mind. Don't be stuck in one place and live a miserable life. A miserable life has nothing to do with money, no. The quality of life, how are you living? Are you paying your rent? What is the stress? At the end of the month, can you put something aside? Do you need to work 2-3 jobs? Or do you have time for your family, for your kids, for your friends to enjoy? Can you go on vacation? You cannot allow yourself to go on vacation. How many people are living in Europe right now that they have never been on vacation? People live in France for 10 years, 15 years. You ask them, have you ever been to London or Manchester or someone living in London even? Have you ever been to Scotland? Have you ever been to Northern Ireland just for visit, for example? No. They are in Paris. You ask them, do you know Montpellier? No. Do you know Andorra? No. Because it's like the cycle. It's modern slavery, the rat race. Metro, work, home, sleep, and repeat. That's not life, man. There is more to life than just work, eat, and sleep. There is more to life. There are beautiful places to see, to explore. So go where you can find a balance. Go where you can have a margin to maneuver your life. Spend time with your kids, with your family. Don't kill yourself at work because you just want to be in big name countries. Your life matters. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And please, again, leave the comment below. Like and share also with your friends. Thank you very much. And as I always say, on your way to where you want to be, never forget to be happy.